There were 1,167 homes scheduled for auction across the combined capital cities this week, down from 1,269 over the previous week. Of the 938 results that have been reported so far, 59.2% were successful, and that's up from last week's final clearance rate of 56.2%. Back with all the details in just a moment.
With the evolution of social media, marketing of property is no longer linear. Consumers are influenced differently. The Property Show is unique in that it empowers agents to connect with buyers and sellers through personalised content, social media and artificial intelligence. The Property Show delivers personalised, laser-focused marketing by combining new media, social media and audience targeting, and gives the agent a digital voice. See how well the Property Show works, and then let's get started telling the world about your property. See it now exclusively at realty.com.au.
Well, let's firstly bring up the preliminary results from CoreLogic. In Sydney, 512 homes were scheduled for auction this week, down from 566 over the previous week, although higher than 1 year ago when we saw 303 homes taken to auction across the city. Of the 411 auction results collected so far, 68.9% were successful. There were 499 auctions scheduled in Melbourne this week, similar to the previous week. Preliminary results show that of the 413 results collected so far, 47.5% were successful, while 43.6% were reported as withdrawn, compared with only 15.1% out of Sydney. As we mentioned last week, the withdrawn numbers are not overly surprising given that Melbourne is currently a lockdown, with restrictions in place across the Melbourne city landscape for another 4 weeks. We're likely to see more auctions being withdrawn from the market than normal, which is going to drag down the clearance rate overall. Excluding withdrawn auctions from the clearance rate calculation and focusing purely on those auctions that preceded shows that we see a much higher 84% adjusted preliminary clearance rate, with the majority of those, 55%, selling prior to auction rather than under the hammer or post-event. Across the smaller capitals, Canberra recorded a preliminary clearance rate spectacular, 90.6%, followed by Adelaide at 64.3%. Brisbane reported a preliminary clearance rate of 59.1%, while Perth had 40% success rate, although volumes there were low. Now some sales from the weekend. Sydney, where Michael Pallier from Sotheby's sold this grand family home with Sydney Harbour Bridge views, Opera House and city skyline views as well. He sold it for $5,700,000, 61 Village High Road at Vaucluse. Boasts never to be built out harbour views, taking in the entire span of Sydney's iconic Harbour Bridge, Opera House, city skyline, North Sydney, right across to Lower North Shore. Plenty of room too, with 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms and 5-car accommodation. In Melbourne, 45 Walpole Street at Kew sold in an online auction for $4,210,000. Nick White, Cameron Ingram and Helen O'Grady from Nelson Alexander were marketing this 1870s Victorian estate set on just over 1,000 square metres of land, with well-placed indoor-outdoor living and enjoying the convenience of its location of simple walk to Kew Junction's eateries, shopping and transport. Finally to Brisbane, where Joe Dryden from Coronis Real Estate successfully marketed and sold this 4-bedroom home at 43 St Helens Road, Mitchelton, for just over $1 million. Moved from nearby Newmarket 18 years ago, the owners breathed new life into the property by setting it on almost 4,000 square metres of land and then raising their family. So before we finish, just recapping on the prelims from the weekend: Sydney 68.9%, Melbourne 47.5%, Brisbane 59.1%, Adelaide 64.3%, Perth 40% and Canberra 90.6%, giving us a preliminary national capital city weighted average of 59.2%. I'm going to be back on Friday with the final results and a look at the week ahead. I'm Kevin Turner. I'll see you then.